Why, hello everyone. The NBA season is halfway over, and today I am going to rank all the Eastern Conference teams and how they've done and what their, season trajectory is looking like. Very similar to the Western Conference team one that I did. All right, starting with the Atlanta Hawks. You know what? I thought with Quinn Snyder coming in as their coach full-time this year that things would be a little bit different. I thought that the Hawks were going to be more of a defensive-minded team, but the Hawks have done nothing but embrace that shittiness. They're going to be a team that'll score 140 points a game, but their defense is so god fucking awful that they are going to give up 150 and lose the game. They're like the 1980s Denver Nuggets, except they lose all their games and don't make the playoffs. The Hawks are probably going to be a play-in team, most likely, but I don't have high hopes for them, honestly. If they, for some ungodly reason, make the playoffs, they're out in the first round in a fucking instant. Charlotte Hornets, well, I mean, if you don't have at least 10 wins into the season right now, I got nothing for you. What I think is probably the biggest fucking joke of the Hornets season, however, not only is just how bad at basketball they're playing, but it's how they're trying to build a legitimate case for Terry Rozier to be a fucking all-star. Look, I get it. Terry Rozier's numbers are great, but when you've got nobody on your team who knows how to fucking play basketball, he's gonna look like a god. The guy is currently just the best of the worst. He's literally the shiniest turd on this shit-ass team, so move on. Like, Terry Rozier's fine, yes, but he's not a fucking all-star. Stop making that case. You're just making yourself look stupid. All right, the Chicago Bulls. I remember a couple of years ago when they were, when they were bringing in, like, Lonzo Ball, Nikola Vucevic, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan, and, of course, the best player in the NBA, Alex Caruso. And everyone thought that this team was bound for the fucking finals, and all they've done is underperform, like literally everyone who has watched basketball ever predicted. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Yeah, they could make the playoffs, but if they do, they're out in the first round. Indiana Pacers. I got nothing but praise for this fucking team, all right? I did not expect the Pacers to be this fucking good. I thought coming into the year, yeah, the Pacers were going to make the playoffs, but I don't really expect them to do much with it, right? Like, playoff team, yeah, sure, why not? Know what else? Right now, they're looking great. Tyrese Halliburton is fucking playing like goddamn Michael Jordan. Okay, he's not playing like Michael Jordan, but he's playing some great basketball, and they've got a lot of great supporting pieces. They just made a trade, I think, and they got Pascal Siakam, I believe, so they're guaranteed. Fuck it, they're making the playoffs. I don't give a shit. Miami Heat. I mean, I don't need to spend much time on this team. They're making the playoffs. Udonis Haslem is the greatest basketball player of all time. The Milwaukee Bucks are currently the second best record in the Eastern Conference, and their defense at times has looked shaky. That's a word for it. But regardless, Giannis is one of the best players in the NBA. Dame has been playing great this season, and they've got a lot of depth. So, I mean, I can't really... They're one of the best teams in the NBA. I can't argue against them. They're finals contenders. Brooklyn Nets. I don't know about this team, really. This is a team right now that's just kind of peddling futility and mediocrity. They don't exactly know what they are. They don't have a long-term plan. Currently, they just have pieces, but with no plan of putting these pieces into any coherent puzzle whatsoever to try and create a winning team. Desperately trying to cling on to being competitive as long as they can, but right now just nothing's fucking working for them. I mean, yeah, they could make the play-in. Right now they're only a half game behind the Hawks. Toronto Raptors. All right, I don't care that they're only 2 games behind the play-in. This team fucking sucks. You lose to the Pistons and then trade your entire fucking team away? You're terrible. Jesus Christ, the Raptors. They lost to the fucking Pistons. There's not many teams who can fucking say that. They're dog shit. The Detroit Pistons. Now, the Washington Wizards, I think, are really close. They're really close, like dangerously close to Pistons tier. Honestly, the Wizards have been so fucking bad. It wouldn't surprise me if the Pistons, start winning. Okay, that's a little bit of a stretch. The Wizards are lottery bound. Boston Celtics have the best record in the NBA, and they are probably, arguably, the best team in the NBA. They're finals contenders. Currently, if I were to pick who's going to the NBA finals, the Celtics would be the number 1 team that I'd have say going. Or the team that I would say is going from the Eastern Conference. All right, Philadelphia 76ers. I would like to say Eastern Conference Finals contenders, but they haven't been able to get past the second round. I don't like currently they are like the fucking Clippers. Like they are avoiding getting into the conference finals as much as they fucking can. I'll put them there. Joel Embiid's having a great year. Tyrese Maxey is playing fucking great. They're a team with some good depth and some good pieces. I mean, they've got what it takes to make a deep playoff run. New York Knicks. I just see them as your basic Tom Thibodeau-led team. A team that's gonna be good, gonna be playing some great defense, but is going to look inept as shit on offense. That'll get you into the playoffs, but once you're in the playoffs, it's going to be rough. It's the basic Tom Thibodeau experience. Believe me, as a Timberwolves fan, we experienced this. The Orlando Magic. I expected them to take a step forward this season, and that's exactly what they've done. Lately, they've been a little cold, kind of dropping down to reality a bit. I think they're a playoff hopeful. They very well could sneak into the playoffs, and I'd like to see them in the playoffs. I mean, they're going to get fucking slaughtered in the first round because they're young as hell, but hey, I would still love to see them there. That's all I'm saying. I'd love to see the Magic in the playoffs. I like Paolo Banchero. I like a lot of the players that they got. They're playing well. Cleveland Cavaliers at the start of the year, everyone picked them to take a big step forward this season. And earlier, it looked like they were just kind of not doing that, but they've won 7 games in a row now, and they're the 4th spot currently. Sure, their young core hasn't had any fucking playoff success whatsoever thus far, but I think they've got talent. This Cleveland Cavaliers team's got talent. They're a lot of young talent, but I still think with that talent, they can make a good playoff run. I think they can make a deep playoff run. So yeah, that's where I kind of have them right now. So yeah, this is what I'm thinking of the Eastern Conference. I think there's a little bit more in the middle here for contenders, because normally you just have your deep playoff run and then your dog shit, and usually that's about it. But this year with the Pacers and the Knicks and the Heat, and even sprinkle the Magic in there a little bit, we've got more middle ground teams who can keep the NBA regular season exciting and make a good, exciting playoff race, as long as you ignore the Pistons. So yeah, that's the Eastern Conference.